Let's go. And welcome to a non-live episode of the Pacers Pride Podcast. I am your host, Dylan Dean Hart. Alongside me is my always co-host and host, Cody Emerson. Cody, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm actually starting to count down the days a little bit till about, I think, 2.5 weeks, something like that, till I go back.
You come back to school?
Back up, see, and I'm kind of looking forward to it at this point. There gets to a point where you're like, I kind of want to go back after sitting at home all summer.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just doing nothing.
I mean, you've been there.
Oh, yeah. I've been here through thick and thin. There's, which is both shocks me and really makes me kind of sad at the same time. So, yeah, I've never left Muncie, which is something I've never thought I'd say in my life. But, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here doing nothing.
Self-contained.
Yeah, we got a full month of camp coming up for the Ball State football team.
That's always fun.
Practice every day until the first game, which is August 31st against
Central Connecticut State.
Yep. It should be primetime Friday night, I think. Right? Friday night?
Is it a Friday night game?
I believe so. I think so.
Oh my god.
I'd get in trouble if I didn't know that. Yeah, it's like
gonna suck.
Let me double check. I know this is not a Ball State Pride podcast, so I'm just gonna triple check real quick.
We're just two Ball State students.
Yeah, so excuse us for our
involved somewhere or another with the football team. So
yeah.
Is it a Friday night game? I'm gonna be really ticked off.
It's 8:30. It's August 30th at 7 p.m., which is a Thursday night.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thursday
Why
night?
did they do this to us? Oh my god. I hate football games in the middle of the week.
Yeah, well, it's going to suck even worse if you're a part of them. So.
Yeah. Well, we better win. We better beat them. But so
I would hope so. So, I mean, I can't put any bias out. So, be a good warm up before we go to Notre Dame. Going to be an interesting game.
There.
Yep, I'll be there. And in Indiana.
Yeah. But anyway, let's shift gears.
Yeah, let's talk about the Pacers. Let's do what we're supposed to do. The Indiana Pacers just got done with their summer league schedule. They went 1-4? Is that 2-3? Okay, they didn't make the play, or they lost in the first round of the playoffs to the. Oh man, I'm blanking. The Jazz? Was it the Jazz?
I have my.
I don't remember the bracket. I remember it was like.
I can't remember who we played. I think it was the Hawks.
That's when Trae Young went berserk in the fourth quarter or whatever and beat us.
Yeah, that ridiculous lead that we blew, I think.
Yeah, well, and hopefully that's not a sign to come for the season.
We ended on a good note. We blew out the Nets 116-79.
Yeah, we were up 40 at halftime or something?
I think something like that. It was ridiculous.
All right, so with that being said, we have some stats to look over. Not as much as other teams, obviously, because we got bounced out pretty quick. But we did fairly well for ourselves, including our first-round pick, Aaron, who was on top of the summer league in assists, with 14.5 points per game, 2 steals per game, and around 5 rebounds per game, which was an overall solid summer league for him. Something many Pacers fans were eager to see out of him. Cody, did you have any thoughts about him, his summer league performance overall?
I'm really impressed with Aaron Holiday. That was probably one of the biggest storylines. We're going to touch on 2 other players as well who had some storylines coming in. But the play of Aaron Holiday was one of the key ones coming in. How would he play? He did shoot 34% total, so not the greatest. But, I mean, it's summer league, and people are also criticizing him for the turnovers. It's summer league. It's fast-paced play.
Yeah, but the turnovers are still a thing that we were cautious on. His overall.
We broke that down, too.
Yeah, draft profile.
Summer league, I'm not worried about that because he rarely doesn't know these guys all too well just yet.
Yeah.
That he's playing with, so doesn't know their tendencies.
Well, he knows TJ Leaf pretty well, and Ike wasn't on the team. So.
Yeah, Ike was, I think, reading his foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
something like that.
It would have
So
been interesting to see him out
yeah,
there, but
Aaron
alas,
Holiday played really well.
yeah.
And looks to. I don't know what his role's going to be. I really don't, because as we've talked about plenty of times already, our point guard situation is kind of set for this year.
Yeah.
But he's definitely in the Pacers' long-term plans, and I think I've even heard some scouts and analysts say he could be the best Holiday enter the league, even better than Drew.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that too. Which knowing
I'm
Drew
not
and
gonna
Jordan
have
or
that
Dustin.
high of expectations for him just yet.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's ready for the NBA.
Yeah, his shot, his confidence on the offensive end was very impressive right off the bat. First game, I think he scored 8 points in, 3 minutes?
He scored the team's first 8 points, I believe. So.
Yeah, and his shot looks very clean. Didn't look like there's any hitches to his shot. Defensively, he seemed all right. There's a couple times where he got blind by the opposing guard, which is a little bit cause for concern. But I think Dan Burke and the entire coaching staff will get him up to speed.
I agree.
So we've got some of the best coaches out there to get him ready. So I think
I gave him overall. I did a grade system for most of these guys for Blue HQ, and I gave him an A-.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right. I mean, if he would have, the field goal percentage and the turnovers are the really only reason why I didn't give him like an A or an A or anything.
I think that's a fair one. It's gonna be interesting to see what he turns himself into in the regular season. It'll be a good year under his belt, so he doesn't have to be the guy right away. So, which I think will be beneficial.
I'm gonna be really curious to see what his role is gonna be.
I think he's gonna be. I don't know. I want to say like Joe Young, but last year's Joe Young this time around, if that makes any sense.
What do you mean? Just like garbage time minutes?
Garbage time minutes, but also because right now it's DC and Kojo as the 1 and 2 in terms of options. Yeah. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna crack any of those minutes. I mean, he's gonna have to show something spectacular in camp and preseason. But I think he can maybe if we start putting Corey Joseph in at shooting guard, if Vic gets in foul trouble, we start running maybe Corey Joseph at 2, and then we can maybe sneak Aaron Holiday in at 1 after to give Collison a break.
Because Aaron Holiday, depending on what we do with Tyreek too, could be the shooter if you that route.
Yeah, because most people have our projected lineup as of right now is DC, Victor, Tyreek, Thad, and Miles.
Who projected that?
This is off of rosterresource.com.
No, Tyreek has already said he's going to come off the bench, and he's happy with that.
Okay, well then it's all right to switch out. Sure, but yeah, then just switch out Tyreek and Bojan, and you still so you have Tyreek, who's more of a who would you consider more small forward or shooting guard?
Shooting guard, probably. I see him backing up Vic a lot, and then we have Doug McDermott who can back up Bojan.
Yeah.
And Kyle O'Quinn maybe with Sabonis.
Really, we don't have a backup center except for Ike. Sabonis is going to be Miles' backup.
I meant Sabonis and O'Quinn.
Okay. Never mind. I misunderstood. Yeah. So, it'll be tough for Aaron Holiday to find minutes. I know he will, at least in garbage time. That'll be a given.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with playing garbage time minutes, especially if you're a rookie who's probably not going to see the floor right away.
Yeah.
So those are going to be meaningful minutes, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see what kind of he actually does get and what he does with.
And barring an injury, that's also another possibility. Of course, we don't want that to happen.
We hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But if so, I think he could step in and provide a good role.
Yeah, and I think next year it's all about waiting for next year too. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So let's move on to another standout. Probably the best surprise or performance overall from the entire summer league from our second round pick of Elise Johnson. Finished with 12.44 per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, an assist per game, 23 minutes played. Didn't start many. I don't think any games.
I think he started.
I know he didn't start the first three.
One of the final games,
Okay.
I think. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. He really didn't get starter minutes in the summer league.
Yeah, they decided to go more towards Henry Sims and I think it's C.J. Wilcox maybe, but
yeah,
the minutes he did get, he impressed. I did not. His offensive game was way better than I had initially thought took him out of the second round. Dude was his 3-point shot does not look horrible.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I mean, it could still use some work.
But yeah.
It's not atrocious by any means.
Yeah, he shot. His 3-point shot was looking better than TJ Leaf at some points, which I'm sorry TJ, but that's true.
We'll get into TJ here in a second.
Yeah. But he shot 43% from the field. That's only on 53 attempts. So, I was just blown away from Elise. I thought his rebounding was very, very good. His post game was very good. I was very shocked by his post presence and his defense. He had a couple good blocks in the later games.
Really impressed with his hook shot.
Yeah, where did that come out?
I was watching that a lot, and I was like, I haven't seen much tape on him.
Yeah,
but I was really impressed with that.
Yeah, he was working on the double shoulder fake to a hook shot in the post, and he was fooling everybody.
Yeah.
This is a mini Al Jefferson we're watching getting born and groomed, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, this kid, I think we got a steal. I'm not gonna, and his role, like we talked about with not TJ, but Aaron. Aaron really has a role probably in the next year or so. Elise, I think if he continues at this pace, we're gonna see what kind of role he could do. Maybe a backup small forward, maybe throw him in a power forward.
Yeah.
I don't know, backup role, something like that.
He's listed as a power forward. He is 6'8", which is the same height as Thad.
I really don't know what his role is going to be here in the future, but I think congrats to him, by the way. He actually did get an NBA contract.
Yep.
Personally, I thought he was going to be a two-way deal.
Yeah.
And so where he could go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he still came up and down, and honestly, I think he still may end up.
I think he'll start in the G League.
G League. I would think that would be the case as well. But he could, unlike the two-way deals, we can play him in as many NBA games as we want.
Yeah, and I think
there's no restriction or anything.
I think he could possibly, if he progresses as much as he did in the summer league, I think he could ultimately be a Kyle O'Quinn replacement. Quick, because I think that's already what he brings, is that kind of that style of play. And if we have to rely on Kyle O'Quinn, I think that's better.
Nate McMillan actually. I don't know if you saw the Pacers tweeted it out. I embedded it in my article that I wrote for Blue HQ.
Mm-hmm.
Said he loves his toughness, he loves his tenacity.
Yeah.
Rebounds, and he thinks that the Pacers got a steal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's also another clip. I don't know if you saw against, I think, the Spurs when we played them. I think that was our third or fourth game. I can't remember.
That was the second game, I thought.
Was it really?
I think so.
It could have been. Yeah, you're right. It was the second game. But where he got 3 offensive rebounds in one possession.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that sequence just, I think, sums up this kind of summer he had.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be 6'8" and rebounding the way he does is phenomenal.
Because if
he gets better on the offensive end, look out, because he could be scary good. Very good.
Say as of right now, even right now, he's a more offensively dynamic Tyler Hansborough. If that makes any sense. That's the kind of role I see him.
That's kind of actually a good comparison.
So
except he can shoot the three a bit more.
yeah, and hopefully avoid getting blood on the court. So
yeah. And doesn't have. He needs a good nickname though, because Tyler Hansborough had, I think, Psycho T. Or as a nickname, I don't know. We need to come up with a nickname for.
That nicknames aren't something that are given; they're earned. So
yeah, I know.
We'll wait till.
I think he'll earn one.
Yeah,
but
I
gave him an A.
Yeah.
Just for overall performance.
Yeah.
Because this kid is just blew my mind in the summer league.
Yeah, especially since no one expected this kind of performance out of him.
And I'm also to really not play against the best competition in college because he played at Missouri State.
Yeah.
Show out in the early. I'm showing out. I guess it's kind of overstate a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
12.4 points per game, but just to play the way he did against I'm not going to say top competition, but
yeah.
It's
still NBA talent.
People will find a roster spot. He showed he definitely belongs, and he's not to be taken lightly.
Yeah, and more power to him. I think he showed himself to the organization. He showed him that, hey, I'm something worth reckoning, and he's going to make Pacers fans pay for not or wanting Keita Bates-Diop. So,
hey.
I mean,
yeah, I'm happy with. Good luck to Keita in Minnesota. I hope he does the best, but I'm happy with also. So.
Yeah, and
both, unfortunately.
And after this positivity, let's turn our attention to someone that we were hoping was going to have a outstanding summer league, and that was TJ Leaf. With that introduction, you can gather that he did not have himself the best summer league. And yeah, he did not. The first game was incredibly rough. He went 3 for 17.
2 of 14.
Okay, sorry. But he ended the summer league 36%. Had 5 rebounds per game, 0.5 assists, and averaged 12.5 points, which is a little inflated from one game, I think. But he shot 20. He made 20 field goals on 55 attempts. Not something that we were thinking we were going to see from TJ. He looked scared on the offensive end. On the defensive end, he didn't really show much improvement. People kind of just went right through him. And he just looked lost out there at times. He tried, for some reason, he thought, ISO, I can do ISO. I'm going to be an ISO guy. And those opportunities did not work out at all. Ended up usually turning the ball over or, quite frankly, bricking a wide open shot. So, not what we thought we'd see out of TJ Leaf. We had kind of big expectations, specifically when we thought Thad was going to leave and TJ Leaf will be fine. We could throw TJ Leaf in there. He'll do the job. And then first game, Pacers fans were like, "Oh God, what mistake we could have made?" So, Cody, your thoughts? I know you probably have the same reaction as I do. So
yeah, I will give him credit for the middle 2 games. 70 points against the Spurs, 20 against the Cavs, and pretty efficient shooting. But the first game against Houston, where he went 2 of 14, and the last game against the Hawks only had 9. Those up and down kind of games. You scored 17. Yeah, you scored 20, but we're looking for consistency, really.
Yeah.
And especially because how people talked about, TJ's gotten stronger. TJ Leaf looks to be bulking up, stuff like that. That he really didn't show it.
Yeah, he was getting bullied up and down the court.
We expected him to dominate because he's been here before last year, and we expected him to kind of lead this team, and it just did not happen.
Yeah.
So, and I think Pritchard and company saw that. And I think one of the reasons why we signed Kyle O'Quinn was the struggles of Leaf.
Yeah.
because we saw that he may not quite be ready, and so we saw Kyle in, and we brought him in just as an emergent. I don't want to say emergency because I think
backup plan B.
Yeah, I think O'Quinn. I think you still have to start or not start, but have O'Quinn over Leaf.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd even have, if it worse came down to it, I have Elise Johnson over TJ Leaf at this point, which in my opinion says a lot about the way TJ Leaf performed over the summer league. Elise Johnson came in first year, and yeah, they outperformed him by a mile.
I hope that he shows. I don't know what kind of minutes he's going to get. It could be his minutes could be decreased after the summer league performance.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think, how many years does he have left on his contract? Is it 2 more years?
Let me look.
I don't know what kind of rookie deal he signed or anything, but I'll let you. Then I'm gonna look that up.
Well, I feel like TJ. Honestly, we'll see what he does in the preseason. If he kind of gets any kind of confidence going, I'd be shocked if he didn't. If he found some kind of confidence in the preseason that I couldn't do in the summer league. But I have to feel like you start TJ Leaf in the G League. That kind of performance it scares you if you're Nate McMillan or anybody on the coaching staff. He did not show consistency. He did not show toughness. He did not show any kind of poise and confidence on the offensive end, aside from those middle 2 games. That just begs the question that he needs more time developing in the G League. He's not ready for NBA play. And I think it just opens the door more for Elise Johnson and Kyle O'Quinn to really make their mark on this team. And it's starting to look like TJ Leaf might be seeing towards the end in terms of Pacers roster potential. So
yeah, I'm looking at the if you haven't looked at Tony East and what he does for Pacers and Twitter, go give him a follow. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the cap sheet that he created, and it's really if I had the time, I would love to sit down and make what he made.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I just don't have that time. But yeah, I'm looking at it, and TJ Leaf, I think his contract is guaranteed for this year. We picked that up. From what I'm seeing, if I'm reading his color coding correctly, we have a team option for him next year as well.
Okay.
So it's a total of a 4-year deal, but I think we can maybe decline it, maybe?
Yeah, we could do the same thing we did to Joe Young or Lance.
His contract for next year, I don't think is fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then in the 4th year of his rookie deal, he has a $6 million qualifying offer that we could extend.
I don't think he'll get to that point. If we don't see a marginal improvement in play from TJ Leaf, I think we'll cut him similar to that of Joe Young. It's just not worth the project. So we need players that are more proven in this team TJ right now. So harsh words, but I mean, it's what it is.
It's just unfortunate because we expected. I don't know if I hate to say that we put too much pressure on him, but it's kind of expected that people in their second year and second stint in the summer league should play. I think he played worse.
Yeah, honestly.
This year than he did last year.
Yeah, even
I don't have his summer league stats right in front of me, but
especially from a first-round pick. So.
Yeah. So and I gave him. I think I mind in giving him a minus. Because of those 2 games, I said okay.
I would have given him a C, honestly. I think that would have been probably fitting.
I was debating on whether to give him a C, but he did show. It's just consistency with him.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I would like to see. Because he shows that he can score it pretty well with 17 and 20 in the second and third games.
Yeah.
But the first and last game, that he just played poorly.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I had high hopes CJ leave. Still do, but
We'll see.
yeah, he's got to show. So, with that being said, that's pretty much the Summer League recap. We won't see Pacers play until September when preseason starts.
The schedule hasn't even been released yet. For next season.
Yeah.
So.
But typically, the season starts late October.
Something like that, I think. Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, it'll be a couple months before we see Pacers basketball, and so I think they have a break, and they start training camp here soon. So.
Yeah, we'll also keep you updated with the schedule.
Yeah.
Because that ways we'll get more primetime slots after last season. But
it's Indiana. They won't. So it's the state we live in. So, but
yeah.
Moving on. We have some big outside of Pacers news, kind of Pacers news, but not really. Kawhi finally has found a new team. He's been traded to the Toronto Raptors. So he's going to the East, the first big star to come out of the West to go to the East. He was he traded with Danny Green, and it just him and Danny Green, right?
Danny Green, the Raptors traded DeRozan and
Podol.
Portal.
Yeah. So we will be seeing the Claw now up north with Drake and company. What are your thoughts on the potential matchup between?
When I saw this, I was kind of upset because I think we both agreed. The Pacers kind of were in a better position than Toronto going forward into this season. Then you add arguably when he's healthy and when he's 100% a top 5 player in this league.
Yeah.
Why? He can get it done offensively, he can get it done defensively. Obviously winning Defensive Player of the Year. And so I had to put the Raptors above the Pacers now, unfortunately. And so I think the Pacers sit at 4th in the East. I want to see, although I'm not sold on the Raptors coach, I'm not sold on them in the playoffs because they still have Kyle Lowry, they still have Ibaka, they still have Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
Has not performed well at all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that all meshes together. And even if the Raptors better win this year, and they better
they have to
make it to the Eastern Conference Finals or maybe even the Finals, because we all know I don't think Kawhi's staying.
I would have a hard time thinking Kawhi's staying too. I think he wants to go to LA.
They think they can re-sign him.
I don't know what the Raptors are thinking. They did dirty to DeRozan, and now hey, I'll stay with us, right?
Kawhi's smile.
Yeah, we got a rare Kawhi smile, which is
with the Raptors. So
it's like finding a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. But I'm not as sold on Kawhi. Obviously, we haven't seen him play in a year. I don't know what to expect out of him. Obviously, if he comes back to the same form as he was when he got injured, it's something to be wary of. But I'm not sold on this Raptors team. I think Durant and Podol were big. I still think Kyle struggles with consistency in big games. Other than that, they're very young. They have C.J. Miles. They have OG Anunoby. They have Fred VanVleet. Like you said, Jonas Valanciunas. I'm not sold on a top 5 team on them. Even with Kawhi.
5.
Yeah,
Really?
I think the Pacers as of right now are better than the Raptors. It's just solely predicated on the fact that I don't think Kawhi will be the same. If Kawhi is if Kawhi returned to the same form that he was, I think they're top 3. But I just don't. Their depth doesn't scream decent to me. I could be wrong. I'm not a big expert on the NBA, but I mean I know a decent amount. But I just don't think that pushed them over the edge. I like Danny Green. I did like that they got Danny Green out of the offer.
Is a really good 3-and-D type of guy.
Yeah, but that says something about CJ. I would scare me if I was CJ Miles because he's the exact clone of CJ Miles, honestly, but more consistent.
I would think though that they would throw Danny Green. It's probably going to be what we think: Lowry, Green, Kawhi, Baca, Valanciunas.
Yeah. And then what? Van Fleet, Miles,
OG. They still have Guerra. I think that dude with the afro.
Yeah, Lucas Nogueira, whatever his name.
I never say his name.
So, but beyond their starting five, it gets kind of iffy in terms of consistency or provenness, I guess, because OG had a good year, Van Fleet had a good year, but outside of that,
I don't see why everyone's hyping him up.
I mean, enough for recognition in terms of most improved player. Whether he deserved it or not is another question, but at least he got that nod, which shows something.
Yeah, I know. I'm still bitter about that because I think Sabonis should have been in instead of him.
Well, we still won. Don't beggars can't be choosers. So I mean, we got what we expected. So I think that's good enough.
That's just me being extremely bitter.
Yeah, it is. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I show my Pacers bias, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah. We all are. But add that along with the new coach. I'm just not sold. I'm a hard person. I'm a hard person to prove.
Mark is going to be the coach.
Yeah. Because they all were dead set on Dwayne Casey being the issue. So, this will show whether or not it is.
I still find that hilarious that he won Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
I know this was a while back ago, but did you see his speech at the Player Awards or whatever?
I did not.
But he was.
Didn't
I
he
don't like Dwayne Casey one bit.
Yeah.
He was very genuine with his speech and everything, and he thanked the Pistons and everything for giving him another job. But I was actually really impressed with that. If you have time.
The high road, I guess.
Yeah. Instead of bashing, you wouldn't. That'd be kind of a mean thing to do, is just bash your former organization in front of the entire.
Oh, come on. That would have been hilarious if he just went to the podium and was like, well, I guess I'm coach of the year for no team. Huh? Yeah. That's what I would have done personally, but that shows how how bad of a person.
It was a good speech and probably the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's probably better to take the high road.
And we're going to
don't burn bridges.
Now that he's in Detroit.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's not switching conferences or anything, so we'll see what happens. So, but upon that, the other big news, which I think just happened today, Carmelo is now out of OKC. He has joined the Houston Rockets for the vet minimum.
He actually joined the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, sorry, I'm skipping a step. Yeah, this convoluted trading. He was a Hawk for a week. Yeah, and then
real quick, the Hawks. Didn't they buy him out for $28 million?
I think.
And he didn't play a game for them.
Yeah, but who did they get? They got what? Roberson? No.
Oh, they just got.
Did they just get Melo? Melo, what took the $20 million? No.
Because they gave up Dennis Schroeder.
Well, I guess they didn't want to pay Schroeder.
But they wanted to pay Melo $28 million not to play a game.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh my God, the franchise is a joke.
There has to be some kind of contract thing that we're missing.
I'll have to look it up again, but
God knows we're the greatest at the contracts anyway. So, if you want contract information, go hit up Tony East. So, yeah, I'm be up straight with that. I'm not a contract guy, but yeah, now he joins the vet or joins the Houston Rockets for the vet minimum $2.3 million, I think.
2.4, I think it's around there, yeah.
So he gets to be reunited with his old coach that he got fired in Mark D'Antoni.
There are two storylines that I took away from this that had nothing to do with his play on the court. One, I never thought I'd see the day where Melo took the vet min.
Yeah.
Because for his entire career, Melo has stated that he's about money.
Yeah.
Then he's That's his decision. I respect him for that.
Yeah.
But
At least he's upfront about it.
well, $2.4 million, and then the other one is him being reunited with, as you mentioned, Tony, who he got fired.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a fun to see how that plays out.
So what? Houston now has Chris Paul, James Harden, Carmelo Anthony, PJ Tucker, and Clint Capella, maybe, if they ever re-sign him.
I'm guessing that Clint Capella has to re-sign with Houston. I would think.
Yeah, I mean he's still
take the qualifying offer this year, so you're unrestricted free agent next year.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any better offers coming in for Capella as of right now.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on him.
Yeah, at last I heard they offered him 4 years, $70 million. I think that was their offer.
I think Capella or someone wanted 4 years, 80, something around there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he wanted that or if that's what Houston offered.
I think that's what Houston offered. I think Capella wants 110.
Well, he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, I think that's the issue is that Capella thinks he's worth like $20 million a year, and the Rockets are like, here's 13. Let's start at that. Like, so.
But yeah, who knows? I would. I'm trying to think of their power forward situation now.
It has to be PJ Tucker, or if they
PJ
put
Tucker at the 3 and then Melo at the 4, or Melo at the 3, PJ Tucker at the 4. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that's good enough to beat Golden State?
Nope.
Do you think it's good enough to beat the Lakers?
We'll see. I think as long as you have James Harden on that team.
You mean 127 on the team? Or whatever he 27 missed straights.
Keep in mind he just did win the MVP.
Yeah, true.
And CP3, I think if CP3's healthy, I think
if CP3 was healthy, the Warriors would not have been in the finals. Honestly.
Oh yeah, if Chris Paul would have played, the Rockets would have. But the Warriors just added Boogie.
Yeah, so this is the same thing with Kawhi.
That if you rest of the NBA.
Yeah.
And so that lineup, no one's beating that lineup.
No.
So
you realize
and playing.
They just released Boogie's 2K rating, and it's 93 overall, which leads me to believe that every starter on the Golden State Warriors has a 2K rating of at least 90.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think Draymond Green deserves it.
He's probably a high 80. That's the lowest.
I would put him at 87.
Yeah. But let's not talk about 2K ratings. Sorry, I went down a rabbit hole we probably should not have gone down. Yeah.
My whole opinion on Draymond Green, he's a phenomenal defender.
Yeah.
And that's where he makes his money, and he's kind of like the Lance Stevenson.
There's a whole big movement to get him to Indy next year when his contract's up.
Yeah. Nope.
Because Dad's contract will be expired next year.
I don't care. I know we have cap space. I know we're going to have a crap ton of cap space.
Yeah.
But I don't want him on my team.
You don't want Draymond Green on our team?
Nope.
Donkey. You don't want Donkey on our team?
No, I don't want Draymond. It's just... I absolutely despise his style of play.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, he's like Lance Stevenson, really, right? Like
Lance Stevenson doesn't kick people in the groin on purpose.
I mean, he does. He gets close. Let's be honest. Like with his antics at some points.
Draymond gets way more technicals than Lance.
True. But I mean, he's just energy, honestly.
I understand that, but I don't want that.
That's next season's discussion.
I would rather go after Clay.
Yeah, that's a next season discussion anyway. So I don't know if Draymond's even going to leave.
We have about a year to discuss this.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. But yeah, so Melo's to the Houston Rockets, so it's pretty much like the Melo to the Rockets or Draymond.
Melo to the Rockets.
I like it. I mean, for $2.3 million, I like it. If they had signed him for more, I'd be like, I wouldn't have done that. So, Melo has something to prove in the playoffs. He didn't do anything in that playoff series against Utah. He barely did anything in the regular season as is. So he's gonna have to find some kind of consistency. Especially since he can't wear hoodies on the. So I'll be curious what he does. I don't think he's gonna be good. If I had a better option, I probably wouldn't start him. But Houston doesn't really have a power forward, forward option.
Charles Barkley said that he thinks that Melo's gonna have to come off the bench.
Yeah, but I don't know who you put ahead of him.
That's what I don't think Houston can. Because who are you going to start at power forward or small forward?
I mean, PJ Tucker takes one of those spots. Yeah, I would put Brian Anderson over Melo if I had to. Yeah, I think he's a better 3-and-D wing.
He's not a 3-and-D.
He shows more defensive prowess than Melo.
I'm not trying to hype up Melo or anything, but Melo can still get you.
Melo needs. My problem is Melo needs the ball to score. He can't. He doesn't run.
It's going to be interesting now that you guys have like 3 players that need to do that with Chris Paul.
I think
Harden, and Melo.
James Harden's the only one who really needs his ball to be effective. I think, but he also has the ability, as we saw last season, to work around Chris Paul, work within the flow of the offense. Melo, I just can't see him doing that. That's what he's always been. He's what he always does. I think Melo. You do not see Melo standing in the corner waiting for the ball to come to him. He's the guy that the ball is passed to him, and then the offense just gets out of the way because they know that ball's not coming out of his hands unless it's a shot.
I still think Melo's going to get them 16 to 17.
I don't think he's that kind of player anymore. I think he'd be lucky to get 15 on a good night.
I don't know.
That's just my opinion. I mean, he could surprise me.
You really want Melo to come off the bench? You could.
I would love Melo to come off the bench, but
and Eric Gordon. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, I think that'd be a very dynamic bench. And I think that'd be better than the Golden State Warriors bench, honestly.
I'm not sold on the Warriors bench either.
Imagine if they had to take James Harden off and they put Eric Gordon and Carmelo Anthony on. Who's going to stop that? Andre Iguodala, I guess, is Melo, and they put Quinn Cook on Eric Gordon. I mean, I would favor the Rockets at that point, personally.
I don't, because when push comes to shove, Boogie is going to come back for the playoffs.
It'll be interesting seeing Boogie versus Capella. That'll be an interesting matchup.
Boogie will take that man to school.
I don't know. Granted, Capella did a fair share.
Boogie can shoot it from 3 now, which is scary.
Yeah. But will he be the same player?
Capella's just an inside presence.
Yeah, but he can wear down Boogie on the offensive end.
I don't know. Offensive end, you mean by catching lobs?
I mean by battering and getting offensive rebounds and forcing Boogie to trying to get a rebound.
Yeah, I guess.
Besides, how many? Okay, over under 60 texts from the Golden State Warriors with Draymond and Boogie Cousins. I think it's a good number.
Go over.
Over?
Because you have Kevin too.
True, and you got Curry, who that mouthpiece.
Curry's become a little something I can't say right now, but
prima donna.
Sure, that'll be a good one. A good substitute for him. Fans, you can imagine what I was about to say.
It's a hot dog. Like a little hot dog is what he was trying to get after. But yeah, I think they could easily reach 100 if they wanted to. Tex.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing a quote Boogie saying he's gonna leave the Draymond because of his salary this season.
Oh my god, I hate the Warriors. It's just the NBA's all Western Conference really right now, which is annoying, but whatever.
Hey, we're gonna shock the world. We did it last season.
God, if we get to the finals, we're gonna get destroyed. If we get to the finals, God, I can't imagine.
I know we're getting ahead of our.
If we get to the finals, we're gonna run into either.
That's exactly where we want to be.
If we get to the finals, we're gonna be either facing the Warriors or the Rockets. Honestly, I don't think the Lakers are gonna make it.
God.
Yeah. So, can you just imagine just getting there and just watching?
No one expects us to do anything.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Because I think I tweeted it out. I think it was last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
1.5.
Yeah.
And we did nothing but improve.
Yeah. It's ridiculous,
LeBron left.
It's good motivation.
It really is.
So I can't complain on that end.
Philly, Toronto, and Boston.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how the season plays out. We saw this. We've been in a situation before, so we'll be prepared.
Shock the World 2.0.
I can't think of a better way to end an episode. Shock the World 2.0. But with that being said, this is the end of the. I guess we can call it season. The 2017-2018 edition of the Pacers Pride podcast. I will store all of these episodes into a playlist on YouTube. You can go back and re-listen to all of our episodes throughout the entire 2017-2018 season if you so wish. If God help you.
I'll leave that work to you.
Yeah. I already have it done pretty much. So yeah.
Doing work.
Yeah. So that'll be up shortly once this episode's up. But we will be taking a month, maybe at least a month break, probably.
Yeah, probably because we got to get back into the flow of school and everything.
Yeah, school starting.
The schedule and everything. So.
School starting, football starting, and honestly, there's not much happening. Basketball in the basketball world. Because as of right now, the free agency is dead. The league's dead. Preseason is a month away at least. So we're gonna take a break. Unless something big happens, of course, we'll back here. We'll make time. But unless something like that happens, we will be back with the 2018-2019 edition of the Pacers Pride podcast. Tentatively, probably mid to late September with a preview. So plan on that. That's probably when we'll be back. So until then,
we'll don't know exactly.
Yeah, it depends on what happens, and because we have the schedule being released soon, we'll have preseason starting soon. So when that all puts up, we'll be back in the studio edition, and you'll see both our lovely faces.
I'll be back again.
Cody won't be hiding behind a computer screen. So
because we know that's what they want is to see both our beautiful faces.
Yeah. Oh, they can't wait. I know. That's my beard's gonna be looking lush and fresh in front of the YouTube screen. So can't wait for that to happen.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
So you got any parting words, Cody?
First episode, I may wear my lovely new Villa Depot jersey.
Oh, he like brag about his new fancy schmancy jerseys.
Seriously, go to perfectjerseys.net. I got mine for like $50, a little over.
Well, that's still $50 I don't have.
I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah.
But now that I got it, I've looked it over and it looks really good.
Is it the authentic one, or is it does it have the Nike scan thing in?
I'm not 100. I'm pretty sure it's authentic. I'll have to double check though. But it's the blue and it's the blue. What are our home jerseys?
Away jerseys.
Whatever.
We're the white on home.
Nice big jersey.
Yeah.
I decided to get myself for my birthday, so a long time ago, about a couple weeks ago.
Treat yourself.
It's exactly what I did. But that's my little promotion, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else you want to mention before?
Nice. And they have a lot of stuff, like NFL. They cover most major sports.
We're not sponsored by them, by the way.
No, we're not. I'm just
throwing that out there.
I'm just throwing it out there because I know it's you guys like $50, $60.
Yeah. So doing your diligence. So.
And I know that your run-ins with the Pacers too.
Oh yeah, their lack of stock sometimes is troubling to me at some points. So, but that's.
But I'm good.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you guys for listening to the first season. Thank you guys for all that you've done for us. We will be back with more giveaways. I know we'll probably do a giveaway to start the next season.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, I think we'll do either another jersey or something. Maybe an Aaron Holiday jersey. Wink, wink. Um, but thank you all for following us on Twitter. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting, sharing our ideas, talking with us, interacting with us. We really appreciate it. We'll be back better than ever with the second season. We'll have more guests, hopefully. Ultimately, our goal for next season.
I have a couple of things that I'm working on.
Yeah, our ultimate goal is to get a player next year, which we will try very, very, very hard to obtain. Probably early in the season if we're lucky, just so we can avoid the season being a factor in terms of not getting them. So, but other than that, again, thank you for listening, and we will see you guys in September. And don't forget,
go Pacers.